Starting and stopping your Husqvarna chainsaw is a simple process. Follow these steps and you'll ensure safe usage and longer life for the product. The chain brake should be activated while starting the chainsaw. Activate the chain brake by pushing the front handguard forward. When starting with a cold engine, set the choke control in the choke position by pulling the choke control outwards. This automatically sets the stop switch to the start position. Press the air purge 5 or 6 times until fuel begins to fill the bulb. The bulb does not need to be completely filled. Press the decompression valve, which reduces the pressure in the cylinder and makes starting easier. You should always press the decompression valve before starting the machine. Once the machine has started, the valve will automatically close. Pull the starter handle with your right hand and pull out the starter cord slowly until you feel a resistance. Then, firmly pull the starter handle. Try not to pull the starter cord beyond 12 to 14 inches. Pull rapidly until the engine fires or tries to start. Listen for a noise that sounds like the engine partially started or fired for a few revolutions. This will usually happen in 2 to 3 pulls. Then, push in the choke control and also push in the decompression valve once more. Repeat pulling the starter handle until the engine starts. As the chain brake is still engaged, the speed of the engine must be set to idling as soon as possible. This is achieved by depressing the throttle lock and quickly increasing the engine RPMs with the throttle trigger, then releasing immediately. This prevents unnecessary wear to the clutch drum, and brake band. Do not further rev the engine until the chain brake is disengaged. Never start a chainsaw unless the bar, chain, and all covers are fitting correctly. Without a bar and chain attached to the chainsaw, the clutch can come loose and cause serious injury. If the engine is warm or previously run, the correct choke setting is obtained by pulling the choke control out and then pushing it back in again. This will set the fast idle control. Press the air purge repeatedly, at least 6 times, until fuel begins to fill the bulb. The bulb does not need to be completely filled. Press the decompression valve to reduce the pressure in the cylinder and make starting easier. You should always use the decompression valve when starting the machine. Once the machine has started, the valve will automatically close, so it needs to be pressed in before each start. Pull the starter handle with your right hand and pull out the starter cord slowly until you feel resistance. Then pull firmly and rapidly until the engine starts. As the chain brake is still engaged, the speed of the engine must be set to idling as soon as possible. This is achieved by depressing the throttle lock, quickly increasing the throttle trigger and releasing it immediately. This prevents unnecessary wear to the clutch drum, and brake band. Remember to disengage chain brake before accelerating the engine. Stop the engine by switching off the ignition.
Few things are as satisfying as making your own pile of wood. So before you get to work, let's meet your equipment. Let's get to know the basic parts of a chainsaw. Here we have a Remington Outlaw. On this side we have the front and rear handles, chain brake lever and front handguard, the bar retaining nuts, and the tension adjustment screw. Back here we have the start and stop switch, primer bulb, choke lever, and you access the air filter here. And on this side we have the bucking spike, starter handle, throttle lockout and throttle control, and fuel and oil goes here. Over here on the business end we have the guide bar and bar tip and your saw chain. Okay, now you know your way around a chainsaw, so let's get started. Before starting your saw, remove all children and pets from the area, even the ones that want to help. And make sure the saw is fueled up and the chains tensioned and oiled. We'll get to how to do those things later. When you're ready to start, always start a chainsaw on the ground. Make sure the chain brake is disengaged. Switch it to on. Press the primer bulb 10 times to get fuel into the carburetor. Pull the choke knob out and watch so you don't touch the throttle control. Now put your left hand on the front handle and with your right foot step on the boot loop to hold the saw in place. With the choke on, pull the starter rope 5 times, firmly and steadily, getting fuel into the engine. You may even hear a pop, so you know it's ready. Push the choke knob in, making sure you get the right fuel-air mixture. Now, pull the rope 3 to 5 more times to start the saw. Your chain will be spinning at fast idle, so press your throttle lockout and release the trigger to stop the chain. Let it warm up. About 30 seconds should do it. Unless it's cold, then give it a minute. Ready to go to work? Just press the throttle lockout and squeeze the trigger. To stop the saw, release the throttle control and let the engine idle. Then move the switch to the stop position. Make sure you wait for the chain to come to a complete stop. In the event you need to stop the chain immediately, push the chain brake lever and handguard forward, then move the switch to the stop position. Well, that covers starting and stopping. Now, if you want to know more about operating and maintaining your chainsaw, try one of these.
If you're interested in buying one of these products, links to all the products mentioned in this video are in the description down below. If you like and found this video helpful, don't forget to give a like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching.